It's your boy Bird So Fire, back at it again with another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for turning up on my last video. Today we're gonna be talking about, yes, this David case, this David murder case, the murder of Celeste. This is gonna be a dog fight for the prosecutors, man. And today I'm gonna tell you why there are a lot of gaps in this case. When it comes on the prosecutor's side, there's a lot of gaps in this case, man. It's gonna take more evidence it's gonna take more evidence than this to actually convict this man. And whether he did it or not, I mean, whether how you feel about it or not, or your feelings don't matter in the court of law. Only thing that matters is evidence and facts. So, I got a couple reasons written down why this prosecution is going to be a dog. It's going to be this court case. This case is going to be a dog fight for the prosecution. So, let's go. Number one. First of all, murder. They got him on account of. They got David on account of murder, but they don't have a cause of death. You can't charge nobody with murder if you're not sure that the person was murdered. There's no cause of death. It could have been an overdose. She could have been overdosed. Anything. So that's for one. Until they come out with the fact that she was even murdered, then that murder is gonna be thrown out the window. Then they got him on tampering. They got him on tampering with evidence of him having an appropriate relationship with Celeste, who was like 11, I think. Who was like 11. That evidence being provided via Celeste, who's passed away, because they saying that David murdered her to protect his career. Motive. So his motive was he murdered her to protect his lucrative music career. Because they were allegedly having an inappropriate relationship, so he murdered her to stop her from exposing him. Maybe they got into a fight, or maybe she started to see through the mirrors, smoking mirrors, and got uncomfortable, said, I'm exposing this, whatever, so be it. The prosecutors claim that she was going to expose him, so he murdered her. It's a hole in that, because you need evidence to even prove the fact that they had a inappropriate relationship. I don't even know if I'm going to keep myself updated on the case, but I don't even know if they have evidence of them having an inappropriate relationship. All that we have seen is a bunch of pictures. They could have been preparing for a damn chess club. They could have been doing anything, playing Connect 4 or anything else. Whether you like it or not, those pictures don't look sexual. They just look like random pictures. Where is her phone? Did you even find her phone? Did you even find her book bag? Is there something on her phone? Were there any inappropriate pictures sent via David of inappropriate lewd acts performed on a video, or pictures, or even text messages via David or via Celeste, of them of sexting back and forth? Are there anything like that? If there's nothing like that, then you can't say it was an inappropriate relationship. If you don't have evidence of them not having having a relationship, then you can't say that his motive, even if he even murdered her, you can't even say that there's evidence that he tried to protect his lucrative career. You can't, so that motive gets thrown out the window if you don't have evidence of them, if they're ever having a relationship. Spit it out, Lamar. Spit it out. Okay, so what I got? I got the murder, I got the tampering, and lewd acts. Again, lewd acts, same thing. They got them on lewd and I think it's lascivious, or lewd acts. Acts with a minor, sexual abuse of a minor. Again, where's the pictures videos, book bag, anything. You need more than witnesses. A witness can say, yeah, they was having a relationship. They was having a relationship where, okay, where's your evidence? You know what I'm saying? So I gotta to end it. So that's my reasoning as to why it's gonna be a dogfight. I broke down the three charges that they got him on. They might got more charges that they gonna throw at him, but they got three. I broke down the three charges on how the defense team can easily disprove that. If they don't come with the evidence, then that prosecuting team is cooked, really. And it's sad though, because you know we got a missing girl. I mean a deleted girl. She didn't even see high school, I don't think so. It's very sad, man. I didn't mean it that way. I might take that out. I didn't mean that was, nah, whatever. Okay. My theories. Celeste in the Tesla. I know they found Celeste in a Tesla in a tow yard. My theory for that one is they don't have any footage of David getting out of the Tesla at night or dropping off or parking the Tesla by the yard. My theory is that maybe it was a stalker. Maybe it was a stalker that that was in love with David. You know, could have been watching David and seen him hanging out with Celeste, and maybe could have probably kidnapped Celeste. You know, it probably was a female stalker, or maybe an ex of David, David's ex or something. Probably seen Celeste and probably became jealous, whether it was a relationship, whether she believed it was a relationship or not. Probably pretended to be somebody, pretended that she needed help, and her being a girl, you don't really think, and Celeste being a teenager, naive. Maybe David let Celeste borrow the Tesla, and the stalker probably stopped Celeste, probably kidnapped her, and you know did whatever to her, and brought the Tesla back to that parking spot, and then got out and walked out. So that's my theory. I wanted to bag up a little bit because I kind of got stuck right there. If anybody got questions about that theory, because I kind of like didn't word it right. I felt like I just didn't word it right just now and then. But if anybody got some questions or comments, I can go back in and explain it again, because I got my notes, wrote my notes. I'll explain it if anybody was confused on that, because I know I was just confused on that. So I'll explain it again. Another theory that I have is Celeste's mom. Now, Celeste's mom said that she really didn't know David, and she put out a statement saying that her daughter was talking about a guy named David, and my theory is maybe she is giving us less than what she know. Maybe she's the one that murdered Celeste. Maybe like I said, David let Celeste borrow the Tesla. Maybe Celeste pulled up to her mom's house in the Tesla, and her mom got into an argument about this car and about her hanging out with David and all that stuff. Maybe they got into an argument and it turned physical, and maybe Celeste's mom accidentally pushed Celeste, it got physical, and Celeste fell and hit her head. And maybe Celeste's mom, doing research on David, knew exactly where she stayed at, knew exactly where David stayed at, and then she murdered her, and then she panicked and dismembered her daughter and parked the Tesla right back in front of David's house, framing David. You know, David was on tour. Maybe that's one of the theories. Another theory that I have, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go back in the video and I'm gonna delete that part out. So I'm gonna go back to the first theory that I made, the theory about the stalker. So you know how I said how David let Celeste borrow the car? Maybe David had a stalker. maybe David had a stalker or an ex and was stalking David and actually seeing David out with Celeste, or probably seeing pictures of them online, and decided to decided to tell Celeste, like stalk Celeste. So probably stalked her, and while Celeste was out driving and having fun with the Tesla, the stalker, who was probably a girl, pretended to be a damsel in distress, asked for help. And by the stalker being a girl, you know, you really don't suspect girls being dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So Celeste, being a naive girl, she probably gave her a ride or something, and that's when the stalker did something to Celeste, dismembered her, and then parked the car right back in front of David's house. Right back where David's house is at, because she didn't park in front of it and got out, and that was it. So that's my theory, man. And that's the end of the video. Again, I'm gonna delete that part out first. But to conclude this video, I want to say RIP to Celeste, and I wish the best for this case, and I wish justice. In no way was this an attempt to try to protect David or protect anybody. Justice needs to be brought for this girl. This girl her death needs to be brought to light, and whoever did this to her, whether it be David or a stalker or Celeste's mom or anybody, it needs to be brought to justice. Forever 15. All you little 15-year-old girls and boys, don't date grown-ups. If a grown-up try to talk to you, tell automatically. Protect yourself. Don't be out here trying to be grown, because I know how y'all get, because I was once 15 and everybody else was out here, they was kids. And protect yourself and be safe out there. All right, y'all? All right. Love. Blessings to y'all. Thank God. And pray to Yahweh. All right? Peace.